Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Joe White from Get Life Coaching, and it's time for another edition of Live Free. I just want to thank you for joining me here on a regular basis to get these nuggets of information that you can bring in and incorporate into your life, into your relationships, into your finances, your career, or your business, or your employees. Because change is something that we all need. But just because we need it doesn't mean we're always willing to do what it takes to get it. Or sometimes we're presented with the opportunity and the tools and the resources, and how much we change and how far and how long it takes. It really depends on the individual. A friend of mine was having a conversation about this just the other day, and he went to a program of training, and he was talking to me about the results that we get afterwards, like how long does and do they work? And I remember him saying to me, he went to this program, I asked him how it was. It was okay, I learned some really valuable things. I said, well, how did you incorporate them? How are you maintaining your momentum? And he goes, well, I'm not really good on that end. And we got into this deep discussion of what prevents or what gets in the way of people having these massive amount of growth, right? Some people have this huge amount of growth and other people have modest or no gains. I think back to my career here for 13 years. I've had the good fortune to work with thousands and thousands of individuals, and really on an intimate level. And what that means is, I've worked with groups anywhere from 5, 15, 20, 50, 60, 75. And I may not know the people before they get to me, but because the group has been generally more smaller, I got to know the personalities in the room, what they're about, who they are, what they stand for, and what they do afterwards. And we follow up with them. And I started seeing patterns. And all I had to do was think back to my own journey. When I first started going to seminars. And I remember this one time I went to a seminar and I had this huge breakthrough, huge level of transformation and growth. So I called up my buddy like a week afterwards. I'm like, hey man, how you doing? How you making it? He goes, I'm doing great. We felt so jazzed. I called him the next week. I said, how you doing, man? He goes, oh, I'm doing good, right? I think you might know where this goes. Call him a week later, how you doing? He goes, oh, okay, getting busy. Life is, all the excuses and stories. Call him back the next week. How you making out? Oh, okay. And then I got to pick up my book. I got to read my notes, whatever it was. Call him back the next week. No one answers. And I think that's part of life. So there's really 3 key distinctions. I started thinking about all the things that kept us and all the things that we need to have that I've seen in my life and other people's life that gave us that maintainable growth. So it doesn't matter if you're an individual or you're a business. If you do any type of training, any type of growth, anything that you want to close that gap on, there are 3 key components that must be utilized to its fullest capacities. The first one is psychology. Look, 80% of your success comes from your psychology. It's your mindset. It's the way you think. It's the way you feel. If your psychology is out of alignment, you won't do what's necessary, or you won't stay the course when times get difficult or things don't go your way. The second thing is, you need a game plan. I can't tell you how many times I talk to people and they leave an event or they leave a training and they don't have a game plan. That's one thing that we do with the people that we work with. And we make sure they have a game plan when they're done with us. So no matter if they work with us directly or sporadically or at intervals or however, they have a plan that they can follow. So you need a game plan. But I think the third is probably the most important. Obviously, it's psychology for what it is, how we feel. But I think the third component, without this, none of it makes sense. And that's discipline. It's a discipline to keep doing those things that you need to do. Keep reading the notes, writing in your journal, listening to something that serves you, calling your buddy. See, we do all these things. We follow our plan, whether it's written or it's in our head, whether it's detailed or very open-ended. We do it in the beginning because it's easy. But then life starts throwing things at us, doesn't it? And then we get caught up. And then we start making concessions. I'll do that later. I'll do it tomorrow. And next thing you know, we're out of practice. See, it's the key. If you want to become great at anything, become a master of discipline. Doing those things regardless, whether you feel like, whether you want to, whether you're in the mood or not. There's no exception when it comes to discipline. Discipline will make or break your success or training. So there we go, your 3 keys. Number 1, psychology. Number 2, get a game plan. Number 3, have the discipline to follow through consistently. I wish you the very best, my friends. This is Joe White from Get Life Coaching. Live free. Bye-bye.